live.
Good evening. It's Friday the 13th, and welcome to the Last Voyage, a Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Now, those of you who are familiar with role-playing games, Call of Cthulhu is not dissimilar to Dungeons & Dragons. Players have skill rolls that they do in order to overcome tasks. However, what makes Call of Cthulhu a little different is that there's a mechanic called sanity. So when a player rolls above their sanity, bad things happen, which is very common in Call of Cthulhu. Now, this is episode 2. We're on a ship called the RMS Pelican, which is a mail ship that is now bound for New York from London. We have with us 4 investigators, all with different backgrounds, who are aboard this ship. I'll start with Jason. Give us a short introduction of yourself.
Yes, I'm Jason McMillan. I'm a journalist and photographer based out of New York. I was just in London on a case, a bit of a scoop, and I'm on my way home. I'm tired. Just kind of want to get home.
And Flo?
Flo Rida is straight out of Osnabrück, Germany, and is on this ship as a ship's boy. They are on their way to New York to find out who owns a specific letter that they found in their dead grandfather's hand, and they appear to have had a very bad haircut.
Fred?
Fred Hilt, a rugged adventurer, actually archaeologist, who's traveled around the Middle East and a little bit in Europe, now going back home, eventually to Boston. Casually dressed and likes to overplay his adventures and confidence in lots of situations.
And lastly, we have Sam.
Yeah, so Sam is just coming back from the World War I trenches. He's on this ship just heading home. He's a magician and also a poet.
World War I was mentioned because this game takes place, for those of you who didn't watch episode 1, takes place in 1918. World War I has just ended, and the people on the ship, some of them are headed back home, others are leaving for the United States for reasons of their own. When we last left off, our characters had just been in the lounge. They had been welcomed aboard by the ship's captain. They had mingled with varying degrees of success with the people in the lounge. There were attempts at chatting with waitresses, which didn't work so well. There was starting to be elements and figments of the past that were popping up in unwelcome places, like little visions that were starting to tickle some of the characters' sanity, but this was just the beginning. Where we left off, Fred had just gone to the room of a socialite called Belinda St. John Smythe, the daughter of an oil magnate. She had left her room number after he had chatted her up at the bar, and he had went to look at her room. Jason had been disturbed by visions of a stranger from his past, a book thief that once stabbed him while he was investigating a case. And Flo was out on the ship talking to him about it. Sam had, in the meantime, convinced all the workers in the lounge to play cards with him, and they all stayed up past midnight. Our game starts when everyone hears a blood-curdling scream across the ship. Everyone can hear it. And Fred has just entered the room of Belinda St. John Smythe, who is sitting in her chair in this fancy first-class room, sitting in her chair with her eye sockets basically empty, like they've been burned out. Her body looks like an empty husk, and she has dropped a note on the ground, which Fred has picked up. And on the note are these 4 strange symbols. And we'll start with you, Fred. What do you do?
I am stunned for a few seconds. I just stand there, looking at these symbols as if there's going to be some instructions there on what I should do in this kind of situation. But then I walk quickly and I close the door to the room.
You close the door to the room. Excellent. Now, Jason and Flo, you're still standing outside, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do when you hear this scream?
What was that?
Okay, we should check that out. That doesn't sound good. Let's see. Was it this way? And we try to figure out where the sound was coming from.
Yes. I would like Jason to roll a listen. So what happens in Call of Cthulhu when the player has to try to do something? They have skills. They're from 1 to 100. You have to roll under your skill. Now, Jason's listen skill is 40, and he rolled a 6, so that's a very big success. Jason, your senses are heightened by the adrenaline running through your body from the things that you experienced earlier, and your senses are sharpened. They're attuned to everything that's happened. You're very much present in the moment, and you hear that the scream is coming from the first class deck, which is just a couple of decks above where you are right now, but it's not far away. This particular area where the scream is coming from.
It came from above us.
Have you got a weapon?
I should, and I check my ankle just to make sure that my piece is still there.
If you look, Flo has had a small derringer just like slide down their sleeve to be held in their hand. And once you've told them that it is the first class, they start running.
Sam, you're sitting in the lounge. It's just past midnight, and you're still playing cards. You're beating all of these people soundly. Are you playing for money?
I didn't. I'm in the beginning. I didn't take money from them, and now I'm getting free drinks for every time I win.
So, how many drinks have you had by now?
About 7 drinks in now.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'd like you to just roll a quick Constitution check to see how well you're holding your liquor.
Okay. I'm trying to do Constitution. You want to?
I'm waiting for like an extreme success.
Yeah.
Yeah, just click your Constitution.
Where is it?
It's at the very top next to strength and size.
Yes.
Right under your name.
Success.
Success.
Sam is hardened. Sam knows how to hold his liquor. It's not a problem. You're just like slamming down those drinks one after another, and the staff there who are also like drinking even though they kind of shouldn't be, they kind of give in when they see that how well you're holding your liquor, and they also start in drinking, and some of them are like very sloshed by now. And when they all hear like the scream, they're just scrambling to get back on their feet, a lot of them are like working in the lounge, but they also feel, it seems like, when something's happening on the ship, of course they need to be alert. So some of them are getting to their feet and kind of just like stumbling. And what do you do, Sam, when you hear the scream?
Y'all hear that too?
Yeah, I heard it. It's I don't know where it's coming from. It's Casper, the bartender. He's just like getting up on his feet and just like, I think we should go investigate. I don't know where it's coming from. You there? Points at like Sandra, the waitress. Could you go check what's going on? It's after midnight. I'm not your bloody servant. And they get into an argument. Sam, do you get up and actually try to check?
Yeah, I get up and try to check what happened.
Okay, you get up. You leave the lounge, and you just manage to see Jason a little off in the distance, and you see Flo just like running off. running off. You're running up towards first class, or are you running somewhere? Yeah, okay, cool. And Jason, so you see Flo running up towards first class deck. What do you do?
Oh, I go running after Flo. Like, hey, kid, hey, whoa, because you don't know. I mean, seeing a weapon, but also thinking that the situation is dire. I just sprint.
Flo clearly has no danger sense.
No.
It's a little rainy tonight, and as you're running across, you can feel how wet the metal floor is, but it's not so wet and cold that you're gonna slip from it. But you have to be like a little careful as you're running up the stairs. You can hear the clank as the metal vibrates under your weight. Not so much. You're pretty light, Flo, so it's not that bad. But like those of you who are a little more grown up, you can you hear the clank, 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 and you also hear footsteps elsewhere in the ship, other people coming, like running to check it out. Maybe some, especially the staff, others maybe you see like doors to cabins, just kind of like people locking the door to kind of stay indoors because they don't want to be part of any of this. And Flo, as you're running, you see somewhat further down on the first class deck, you see Fred just coming out of a room and just like closing a door behind him.
Fred, have you seen? There was a scream.
No, nobody.
Nobody? No one? Are you sure? What are in that room? In the room you just came from?
Well, that is not my room, so I don't know.
Then, is there anyone hurt in there, or is a scream from farther down?
Fred, I'd like you to roll a quick fast talk for me.
Sure.
Is there like a reverse fast talk to see if I believe him?
I mean, I don't think Fred is the best. It's a monumental failure.
Yeah.
But also like on top of that, so Flo, I'd also like you to roll a quick like psychology.
Okay, I was thinking that, or like, does he have blood on his shoe? Psychology, you said. Okay. Also a failure.
Okay, so he really fails at his fast talk. He doesn't seem very, very convincing. You're not entirely sure why he is as nervous as he is. You can tell that he's nervous, but you can't tell exactly why he is as nervous as he is. He could be telling the truth. He also couldn't be. I mean, you're all just rattled by this scream, so who knows?
I mean, the problem with failing the psychology is that Flo has no reason to go in the room. Because while clearly Fred is nervous, I don't know. I at this point, there's just lots of closed doors. There's people everywhere. We don't know where the scream's coming from. Unless there's, I don't know, a pool of blood just sinking under the door, Flo would probably just keep going.
Sure. Keep going where?
I think at this point, it's like opening doors.
Okay. Are you, at this point, Jason is catching up. Sam, do you also run in the same direction, or do you like just walk in the same direction?
Yeah. I run to where everyone is.
Okay, so Jason, you're running up the stairs. Eventually, you also see Sam coming up. Fred, in the meantime, do you move away? Do you move towards the others?
I mean, is there any point at which I'm not in anyone's field of vision?
Well, it depends. Flo, you're like opening a bunch of doors. So
I mean, I'm looking around. There's the possibility I wouldn't see Fred, but I'm probably keeping Fred in my head because I know that Fred's lying to me.
Fred, I'd like you to, in that case, just roll a quick stealth for me.
See how this goes, like the German.
Yeah. So
it's
what happens
honestly
now
just-
is that you see me clearly, I think, opening the door of the room and going back inside and closing it behind me. It's just, I think that you're not watching at that point, but you do see me do that.
Yeah. It's hard for you not to see. Also because this is like, although it's dark, it's still like it's one long, deck,
Or-
and
yeah.
you know, with all these outside doors, so there's not really a good place to hide in plain sight. So actually, by the time Sam, you also reach the top of the stairs, you also see like, for you, it's so soon that you just see a figure basically going into a room, closing the door behind them. Jason, you definitely managed to catch the fact that it's
It's
Fred.
Fred. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Well, then Jason takes absolutely no hesitation or time and just tries to swing that door open. Like, what the hell's going on over here?
Oh, you're just like catching up to Fred?
Yeah, just trying to say like, well, that's a bit like,
Yeah.
why are you casually walking into a room after somebody just screamed bloody murder? Like, it's so casual.
Well, and do
What
we
was-
really think Fred was first class?
It's the other question.
Also that.
So while you're checking doors, people are like kind of, they've locked them and they're not. Sam, you see Jason running up ahead. Have you locked the door behind you, Fred?
No.
Okay, so excellent. So Jason, you open the door, and how are you standing at this point, Fred?
So what you
how...
see me do is just finishing up to button the top button of my shirt again, and then going to the shirt cuff, which is also undone, so I'm buttoning it back up. You open the
Excellent.
door and I look at you, and I go, good, you're here. Come in.
Oh, are we trying to look nice for the occasion? What's going on in here?
I look at the dead body of the woman like on the chair next to me. No occasion. No, it's all bad, buddy.
Oh yeah, so when he says that, you come into this very fancy first class room. There's this very nice bed over in the corner. There's like a painting, like a pastoral painting on the wall, kind of, like farmlands. Very nice painting, very nice for the ambiance. There's like light in the ceiling, and it illuminates this. You see this figure over on the chair, just kind of like slumped back. The husk of her body is like still sitting in her dress, but you can just see shriveled hands, and you see a desk with various like papers and stuff on it. And I'd like you to roll, because you're seeing a dead body for the first time now, so I'd just like you to quickly roll a sanity.
Of course,
Because
let's
in
lose
Call of
some more.
Cthulhu, which is based on H.P. Lovecraft, who loves all the horrific things and people losing their sanity, if you fail a sanity, you lose sanity, but you succeed, so you don't lose sanity points. You just keep it in. It's really unpleasant. It's very, very unpleasant, but you manage to keep it in.
Right. Okay.
Can I just clarify something?
Yes.
Did you say the wizened? Like, did she go from being very
Shriveled,
plump and attractive
shriveled,
to shriveled?
Shriveled. Yes.
This is not a normal death from the looks of it.
Well, I
is
mean, she was
very-
missing her eyes.
Yeah, but
So-
that could
Yes.
be.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So.
I mean, to Jason, she looks very shriveled.
Right. Okay.
That's what Jason sees.
So is it clear to him then that it's not really like you can't just like stab somebody to death and then get this result, basically?
I mean, that would be very impressive.
Yeah. Exactly. Just make it. I say if it's clear to him. Okay. Cool.
Yes, for sure.
And of course, he just kind of stares between Fred and looks at the body, and of course his eyes just stay on the body at that point, keeping Fred in his peripherals. But he doesn't really know what to think, because all the things that we were just talking about, it could be that Fred's suspicious of something, but at the same time, how do you do that to a person?
Yes.
So,
At this point, I guess, Sam, are you running for the same door?
Yeah, well, I was running to see towards the people to see what's happening. So I'm running.
Yeah. You're running there to you. At this point, Flo, you're still checking doors.
No. As soon as I saw Jason go after Fred,
Okay.
I
So
went
you're both catching up now. You're seeing Fred just like done buttoning up his shirt, just like trying to look really cool and casual, not succeeding absolutely, but as you, and then the two of you inside the room, you suddenly see Flo coming and Sam coming. They're both looking inside the room. And now you see also Jason. He's looking very perplexed and kind of like trying to suss out what happened here. And you also both see this body. And I'd also like both of you to roll a sanity roll.
Oh, a hard success.
Ooh.
But then Flo grew up in Osnabrück, and shit happened in the forest of Osnabrück.
Oh, yes.
Makes sense.
Does a hard success mean I regain sanity points?
No,
I am missing a couple.
that's not how it works. And,
Wow.
Sam has an extreme success.
We're all cool about it.
Flo has
Four.
seen some awful, creepy things in Osnabrück. Actually, you think once in the woods outside of Osnabrück, you saw a body that something similar had happened to. And you were out with your grandfather. And your grandfather was like, nope, just look the other way. Look the other way. And, but you remembered, you weren't very old. You were maybe, like, a few years old.
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, 4 or 5. And so you'd kind of repressed the memory until now, but you remember. And Sam, you've seen awful things in the trenches in World War One, and you've seen people who have been, killed by mustard gas. You've seen people who have been burned and like killed by grenades and fire, all these terrible things. It's not pleasant to see what's here, but you have a much stronger stomach for it. And you also see this, the woman now kind of shriveled, and you see this desk in front of her with various, like, this envelopes and, like, papers, and, yeah.
Fred. What?
Oh God, is it everyone? Get in the room and close the goddamn door.
Close the door? You came out of her room.
Well, yeah, I first came into the room, saw her like that, and then...
Were you the one that made the high-pitched feminine screaming?
No, it wasn't me.
So you went in the room after the screams?
It was just as I was walking in. It came from a completely different place. It wasn't her either.
Well, now, Fred, I don't know. I ain't seen much. I ain't seen nothing like this in the trenches. Where'd her eyes go?
I don't know, but if you want to keep chatting about it, please come in the room and close the door.
While they're doing all of this, Jason is doing what he does best. He's opening up his camera box. He's getting the camera ready.
No.
Yes.
No. No.
I must tell the captain.
No. Okay, tell the captain. All right. But maybe first, let's have a look around and see maybe what happened.
Hey, Fred, maybe you just stand there against the wall for a moment while we
Next to the
take
body?
a look.
Like, is Jason directing him to stand next to the body? So
No,
he's in the
just against the
frame?
wall where he can't, like, pull anything from behind his back, anything like that. Like, we don't know what to trust, so...
You do whatever you need to do, buddy. And I start walking around the room and looking behind curtains, under bed covers, and seeing if there's anything out of place.
Stop! What if you did this? Do you have a weapon?
No weapon. What are you talking about?
Fred, do you have birds? Did the birds get down?
No birds. What birds would do this?
Birds like eyes. I don't know. Where's her eyes?
I don't know. What happened to? Oh God.
Hey, wait. Can you just, like, what were you doing here? Let's start from the beginning, okay?
Well, sometimes I like to make the chit chat with the ladies, and they if they like me enough, then we set up a rendezvous later. And
Look,
that
Fred,
was...
I think we're all older than 12. We can deal with the situation.
Well, there
It's
is
fine.
a child with us. There is, and
I'm 19.
Yeah, well,
Okay, look.
That
At
was-
that point, there's a mirror in the room. I mean, it's been there entire time, but you Flo.
At that point.
Isn't just
Uh,
okay.
Yes, mirror appears out of nowhere. There's been a mirror. Flo, at that point, you see the mirror, and you see this kind of blurry figure in the mirror where Jason is supposed to be, and the figure is smiling at you. You recall once when you were on your way back to the cabin in Osnabrück, and you remember seeing a strange figure reflected in the window there as well.
I think Flo goes dead white.
And I'd like you to roll sanity.
Of course you do. Still
Success.
successful.
You managed to shake it. I mean, it could be just like your imagination play.
I think Flo kind of like looks at the figure, the smiling figure, and then looks at Jason. Jason, are you smiling at Flo, or just smiling in general?
My eyes are on Fred, not smiling at all.
Okay, well that's fine. And then when I look back, there's no one there, and it just sort of shake it off as something is gone. What do we do?
First, we need to get to the heart of this, right? I mean, look.
Yeah,
So you
I
came
agree.
in, you had your nightcap. What happened? Like,
Was she alive?
What, at the lounge when we talked? Yes, of
No,
course.
here, Fred, with you.
No, she was like this when I walked in the room.
Right. So Jason's just gonna walk over to the desk, very tentatively. He doesn't want to do it, but he's just got to see if there's any signs of struggle or whatever. You know, he's seen some crime scenes before, so he's just trying to check it out.
It doesn't seem like there's any sign of struggle. It seems like whatever happened just struck her immediately and just killed her. Do you look at the desk?
Yeah.
All right. There's a book there, looks kind of like a journal, and there's a bunch of photographs, mostly photographs of Belinda, the deceased. And you also see poking out from under the book, there's a letter.
What's this? He's gonna pick up the journal and then try to get the letter.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose take a gander.
Yes, I am gonna share that with you. Should be in your handouts.
Go find it. Yes.
You all look as Jason takes out this letter and starts like just reading it.
He's kind of like mumbling to himself.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you've accepted my invitation to join us as the Pentiest.
The door slams shut behind whoever is standing at the back, which I think is Sam. Doors slam shut behind you. Lights go out.
What's an appropriate, really bad curse word that people used at the time?
Scheiße! For me.
I repeat, yeah, Scheiße.
Ah, yes, with Fred's excellent German. Last episode, we established that Fred is really horrific at German, but he tried anyway.
Schade, was ist das?
Anyone here?
It feels cold inside the room.
Sam, why did you turn off the lights?
I didn't turn off the lights. Put them back on.
Fred, this isn't funny. If you killed this woman, this is not going to help you get away.
Just,
right.
For some reason, Jason, you can still see the letter. You can still read the letter.
All right. Okay. Yeah. And I've read it. He's just gonna pocket it since it's dark. Nobody can hopefully see that. He's just gonna shove it in his waistcoat just in case somebody's coming inside.
You feel a hand on your shoulder, Jason, that says, And then you hear a voice saying, "I'm coming for you." And then you don't feel the hand any longer. And I'd like you to roll sanity.
Yay, sanity. It's the best part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, shall we?
Failure.
Not so
Yes!
Our
You see
first
someone is
failure.
really excited.
Playing to madness.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
So you lose 2 sanity points.
Ooh. Brutal.
And you get this flashback to once when you're at this like fancy function of sorts, and you were just there to report, you schmooze, all these different things. At one point when you were there, you recall having this wouldn't have been very long before you actually boarded the ship, this strange feeling of someone touching your shoulder and then letting go, and you just kind of look back over your head and you never saw who they were.
Right.
How is Sam reacting to all of this right now?
He's keeping is cool enough, but for sure, he wants to speak to Fred about what happened before all the lights went out. Hey, Fred,
Yeah.
you got a candle here in this room? Is
The
this,
call out seems much more distant than it should be, as if you're in a larger space.
I can.
I don't have one. Let me try. Let me try. And I start making my way towards the desk around where I remember Jason standing.
Mm-hmm. And for those of you who are watching and wondering what the 4 symbols in the middle of the screen are, that's a note that Belinda dropped when she died, and a note that Fred picked up last session, and he hasn't shared that with anyone yet. But these basically are 4 symbols, strange symbols on the note that she dropped.
Hold on, I got my lighter here. I might not be able to light nothing, but this will see something.
As again, it's very cold, and you almost feel like a wind. And as you turn on the lighter, it's kind of like flickering, and you kind of just see your own hands. It doesn't illuminate very much, but the rest of you see a light. It's some distance away.
Right. Keep it on. Keep it going. I start walking towards him.
Sim?
Yeah. Just, read the note, Fred.
The voices seem further and further away to you right now, Fred.
I walk faster. I take long steps. I walk as quickly as I can.
You feel something cracking under your boot, like ceramic, shattering into pieces.
Ooh. I stop, I duck, and I pick whatever it is up from the floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you feel ceramic, like fragments of a vase or something. Or like an amphora.
Sam?
Yeah.
You hear Fred. He's a little closer now.
Yeah, you getting here, Fred.
Alright, I pick up a couple of the shards and I just start running towards Sam.
Mm-hmm. You run towards the light. Jason, you're done reading the letter at this point.
Yeah. And could we all hear like the cracking of the ceramics?
Yes.
Okay. And it's all very far away, just to be clear.
Yes.
And Jason's kind of, he's still coming down from that vision that he had, and just trying to catch his breath, but he's not dealing with this super well. So he just to be safe, he kind of reaches down to his ankle to grab his gun, and just stands there holding it. But he's like backing up, just kind of mumbling like, "This isn't right. This isn't right. This isn't right."
What's Flo doing?
I think at this point, Flo hasn't moved. They called out to Sam, just trying to guide, but Sam just seems too far away. Does Jason's voice seem closer?
A little bit, yes, a little bit.
Flo kind of reaches out and starts walking towards Jason, and to where they can hear Jason saying, "This isn't right.
Light
This isn't
comes
right."
back on. You're all still in the same room.
Oh,
Jason, what?
Jason, sorry, not Jason. Fred, you're standing with a shard of an amphora. It's a shard with symbols on it similar to what you found on the note. You seem to recall seeing, now that you think about it, you seem to recall some of these symbols once when you were on one of your archaeological excavations in the Middle East. And you have no idea how this shard of amphora came.
I think we should get out of this room.
I'd agree with that. Nothing about this place is right.
You hear knocking on the door. Is anyone in there?
Got my gun pointed at the door.
Is anyone in there?
Who is it?
Who is it?
It's... My name is Oliver Jenkins. And then you hear as he's speaking, his voice is cut off. And he doesn't say anything anymore.
Flo runs to the
You
door.
hear a struggle.
Wait, don't.
Flo sort of peeks out of the people.
You see a young man. He's kind of dressed up as one of the people working on the ship, just a deckhand. And you see him pulled away, very quickly pulled away.
They're one of my coworkers. Flo throws up the door.
Mm-hmm. You see him falling out overboard.
Man overboard!
And then you probably have a whistle as well that you can blow.
And I start blowing the whistle.
Yeah. As you do that, you see a man coming toward you from the right. You recognize him as Timothy West. He was in the lounge. He was very kind of unassuming, sitting by himself and looking very suspiciously at all these archaeologists dressed in a long coat, and he's running towards you.
Help! There's a man overboard! Find a life preserver!
Damn it, I'm too late.
Too late? None, we can help him! And Flo just runs to the edge where there's a life preserver and throws one down.
You can't help him, okay? Stop it.
What?
Just take it. You can't help him.
You're
You
right.
hear other people, other deckhands and other people kind of running around because they heard the call. They're all running around, and some of them are trying to mobilize an effort, but yeah.
His name is Oliver, but he hasn't come out of the waves.
You look down and you see just him disappearing under the waves. You see someone else further down trying to sort of throw something out to save him, but he doesn't seem to grab onto it.
Who did this? Do you know?
I don't know. It's just came as fast as I could. Something fishy here. He just kind of looks at the rest of you. What's going on?
Jason just puts his gun back into his sock. A little ashamed. Just completely freaked out. Doesn't really know what to say.
Is he seeing what's in the room? Is he at an angle to see what's happening?
It's mostly blocked right now.
Okay.
I think by Flo, and mostly blocked, so he can't see very much.
Then I say, we were just taking cover in the room. Let's go out. And I look at Jason and Sam.
But whose room is this?
I don't know.
Whose room is this? God damn it! Whose room is this?
I have to find the captain. I have to tell the captain.
It's Belinda's room.
Linda? St. John Smythe? What? Why are you in here?
You,
Oh, fuck, of course. Did you find anything?
No. Like what?
Like, I don't know, like a note, a letter, something.
We found her body.
Well, he was holding something.
Okay, well, what, did you find anything, like, anything of interest, anything specific?
what's up that you stepped on there, Fred?
Oh. Yeah, this came out of nowhere.
When you're, like, looking at your hand again, the shard is gone.
I meant,
I'd like you to roll sanity.
Join me.
Success. You managed to keep your composure. Jay, you're being addressed right now, and Timothy West, this investigator type guy, he's like looking at all of you. You're all very like reticent, and he's very suspicious of all of you.
Nothing. It was a string. I was holding a string, and I guess it's gone.
Look, we heard a scream. We came running up this way. I was just a couple decks down with the kid, and this is what we found. Why do you think we should have found something, though?
I just look. I don't have time to explain. Okay, it's just it's all goddamn connected. Look, look. So I found this letter. Yeah. Something happened to the head archaeologist guy, the Archibald the tree. Something happened to him.
Just now?
Yes, just now.
It's the same damn time. What does your letter say?
It says, Dear Archibald, the Egypt affair causes me great vexation. I fear that you have ventured deeper than perhaps you should have. I would advise you not to transport the item yet. If it crosses the threshold too soon, our precautions may not be sufficient to prevent unforeseen consequences. I understand this is a matter of pride to you and your reputation is at stake, but I assure you that if you do not follow the book to the letter, you will come to regret it for the rest of your life. Yours sincerely, P.N.
Whoa. Did you just say P.N.?
Yeah, P.N.
Okay, so then Jason just reaches into his waistcoat to get the letter out. Is it still there?
Yes.
Good. Miss St. John Smith, she got a letter from P.N. as well. It says, your contribution is much appreciated, and I am delighted to know that you have accepted my invitation to join us at Pangea Studios. I trust that you will have a safe voyage across the Atlantic, after which I will meet you in person. I look forward to collaborating with you, and I believe that together we will create such art that all the world's eyes will be on you. Yours sincerely, P.N.
Somebody's on about eyes again?
Yeah. But you're saying that this PN was something to do with the archaeological,
I don't know who P.N. is, but there's something really strange going on with whatever they like shipped on here.
Yeah, Jesus, you're telling me.
There's something about the crate, like something about the item that I don't know what it is, but
Look, have you talked to anybody about any of this?
no. And the strangest thing is no one else was there. I mean, I heard a scream and no one else was there.
Where?
Like at Archibald's room, it's like Mr. Detree's room. Sorry, Sir Detrees.
Yeah, well, sir or no sir, they're up to something. Him and those two compatriots of his, the two students.
You're awfully quiet. What's going on there? He looks at Sam.
This is very strange. I've never seen nothing like this happen to a body before. Strange letters about all the world's eyes are beyond you. Then this woman's eyes missing. What's happening with your dead body?
I don't know. He was just like lying face down. He was like just like very pale, very cold.
Where were you going when you came across us?
I was just I was coming further down deck.
Weren't you going to tell security or the captain?
No, I mean, I. Why would I? I mean, they're on all in on it.
What?
Okay, okay, buddy.
Right. Listen. You're having experiencing something called shell shock. It's fine. It happens.
I know what shell shock is. Okay, I know what shell shock is.
You
I'm
just
not
need.
experiencing that right now.
So, whatever it is, I think you're imagining things. It's a little stressful situation for all of us, right, Sam, buddy? But we're fine.
There's nothing. It's very strange. Don't make out this is normal. It's not normal. I never seen nobody's eyes go inside out or
No, no,
whatever.
no. It's not normal, but we should go to where the crates are, to where the crate that they loaded onto the ship is, and
How do
to
we even know that he's telling the truth about any bodies or anything? What if he's peeing?
I don't know.
We should go to the captain. Maybe he would know, and he has the authority to open the box.
Hey, look, I've been on enough of these sorts of crime scenes. I can tell you, authority doesn't do any good for anybody. Okay, you just got to use your own wits and figure it out.
Yeah, I mean we can get those crates open without no captain.
Yep.
Well,
Anyone is welcome to roll a psychology check to see if Timothy West is
oh,
being
okay.
upfront.
Let's find it.
Oh yeah, Fred totally thinks he's upfront. Like, yeah, no worries.
Flo succeeded though.
Jason is it's too close to tell. Flo, he's definitely hiding something. You don't know what it is entirely, but he's like not letting on everything.
Something is not right. It makes sense to tell the captain. We have what? Timothy is saying a second dead body. This is too much.
Well, maybe we should check the room out.
I don't know, man.
Archibald's room.
I don't know. Look, if he doesn't want to go to the captain, I kind of understand that. Just, I don't know who to trust.
You know what? Trust me or not, I'm gonna try to figure something out here.
Maybe Jason is right. Take us to Archibald's room and show us the body.
Okay, sure. If that helps, I'll take you there.
Fred, Sam.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go see this other body. I want to see what's happening.
Timothy leads the way. If everyone follows, it's not super far away. Also, still on the first class deck. You can see all these like little round windows in the doors, and the strange thing is a lot of them you'd imagine that people who are inside the rooms would have turned on the lights, but the lights seem to be off in most of them. You eventually come to another open door, which leads you into this other room. And then when you come in, the room just looks very normal, like nothing has happened. It's like there's a chair there, the desk, there's nothing on it. There's a bed. It's very well made. It's like nothing seems fishy. And Timothy's like, "Damn it! I swear he was right here."
There's no one here.
Oh, look, I
Sam,
don't know what to think.
You see a glimpse inside the room again of this comrade of yours that you knew in the trenches that you lost. They're sitting on the bed and they're looking down at a bullet wound, and then they're just like kind of reaching out at you. and then they disappear.
Oh, there's something not right. There's something not right at all about all of this.
I would like you to roll a sanity roll, but this one is so when you roll this one, you have to up in the top you have to click hard, and then you have to click your sanity. This means this is like a more difficult roll.
Yeah. Sanity. Oh, there it is.
A hard success. Despite the difficulty, you again, just Sam, just like hardened war veteran, just like, manages to keep their composure, just like in a situation that no one else should have be able to keep their composure. Just like you're still all there.
Okay, guys. We need to sort this out. There's a lot of strange things right here. The best I can think is go look in them crates, see what the hell is on this ship. Some voodoo stuff.
Yep.
Like, I'm not a superstitious kind of guy, but, let's just take a look. Let's just get to the answers to this stuff. Even if it's just a bunch of dust, maybe at least that'll be done.
How are people standing, each of you?
Flo is just inside of the room, and they still have the derringer just sort of in their hand in the cuff of their shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jason's just to the right of the door, somewhere near the corner, just so he can keep an eye on the doorway and the rest of the room.
Okay.
Sam's sitting on the bed, to fill in the effects of the 7 drinks that he's just had.
Yes.
And
It's definitely starting to like kick in. You especially, you had so many drinks in a row, and like now it's really starting to kick in, and you're feeling quite tipsy.
And I kind of followed Sam in the room, and I'm standing next to him, next to the bed.
Okay.
Right. So, shall we go?
Let's do it. I say let's go right now. Get out of here.
Right. Come on. And I help you up from the bed. And yeah, we go.
You leave the room again so Jason, you're kind of just at the edge of the room?
Yeah, just off into the corner.
Okay, cool. And who's at the entrance to the room? Is that you, Jason, or who's closest to the entrance?
I believe that would be Flo.
Flo is, yeah.
Yeah. Flo, you, like someone else earlier, you feel a cold hand on your shoulder. And you hear a voice that says, "I have a present for your grandfather." "Your time has come, Herr Dietrich." I'd like you to roll a sanity. A hard sanity roll.
Hard failure.
Failure. You lose 3 sanity points.
Alrighty. Flo starts to shake. They haven't heard their grandfather's name in a very long time, and the voice seems to have almost invaded their mind, that they can feel just the chill of the hand on their shoulder, and they start just kind of almost like turning in circles looking.
Mm-hmm.
But
you find yourself in the woods outside Osnabrück. It appears as though it's like when you were younger, like a scene from when you were younger. You're carrying back timber for the fire inside the cabin. And again, you look inside the window and you see the contours of this figure looking out at you. And when you come closer, you again recognize the visage of Archibald Patrice, supposedly recently deceased head archaeologist. But as you come close, it's like his face changes, and you see something sinister. You see something shadowy over his face. To the rest of you, it just seems like Flo is frozen.
All right.
Opa.
Well, then Jason's gonna do the most intelligent thing you can do in this moment, and walk up to Flo and put a hand on their shoulder, and say, "You all right, kid?"
Flo punches him.
Yeah.
You are in the woods, and again you feel a hand on your shoulder, and just by pure instinct, you try to punch him. You just
Do I punch? Do I click that?
yes, you click.
Do I click fighting skill or do I brawl?
You
I
click
click
brawl. You click brawl. You're not like the best brawler.
It's a really sad punch.
Yeah, Flo may have their guns, but they're apparently not very good with that. So they're just like flailing back at you. They're just like kind of flailing back.
Well,
at
I had to drop the logs, so I had to drop the wood that I was carrying to
you.
the.
See Flo dropping wooden logs on the timber, whatever. Like they're just like they're dropping on the floor. Like you didn't see them before, but they're there now.
Get off of me! Get off of me!
All right, Jason just takes a step back, staring at the wood that just manifested out of pure air.
Do we all see those logs?
Only you, Jason.
Okay. It's like, what the fuck? Hey. Then, seeing that Flo is just kind of like flailing and stuff, I mean, Jason's a stupid dude. He's just doing his best to try and, calm somebody down. It's like, hey, come on. And he's kind of struggling to hold Flo's arms, at least in one space.
Timothy's, in the meantime, he's like really frustrated that he didn't, like, the room just looks normal. So he's just like going through everything, overturning things, trying to open drawers. God damn it, I swear there was something here.
Well, whatever it was, it's gone now. I walk over to the door where Flo is still blocking the way out, and I go, all right, kid, you think you could calm down a little bit?
That's not very gentleman of you there, Fred. I mean, I don't. You okay, Flo? You look like you got the shell shock.
So I think the combination of flailing and not hitting anything and dropping the woods, I've sort of come back, and now Flo's eyes are just like flitting from person to person, clearly not knowing where they're going, and in a like very soft feminine voice, what is going on?
Would Jason know or be able to... Should I roll like a psychology to kind of see if Jason can figure out that Flo had an experience similar to his?
Yeah, you can roll a quick psychology.
Quick no psychology.
Has anyone seen my Nova?
Your what?
Of course, Fred doesn't know what the German word for a grandfather is. Fred has no idea.
Your pants? You're looking for your pants?
Yeah, exactly. Fred thinks like
you're wearing them.
Anyone seen my pants? Jason, you can definitely see that they've been touched by something similar to you.
Yeah. So he's trying to get Flo's, make an eye line kind of contact there, and just kind of says quietly to where only Flo could hear, "What did you see?"
I was back as a captain. Kevin, I was getting food for my Opa. We needed food, but I came back and he was there. And
that's okay. You're here now. You're here now. Is the wood still on the floor?
No.
Okay, good. So he checks that. He just kind of takes Flo by the wrist and says, "Let's get the hell out of this room."
Which wrist?
The left wrist. He's right-handed.
Okay.
So is everyone's eyes on Flo right now? Okay. Timothy's gone.
I probably don't even notice. Come on,
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah, no. You're not even noticing.
Is there like water? Like, is there like a pitcher of water by a sink or something?
Sure.
I think if it's possible, I know Jason has their wrist, but if they're anywhere near, I think Flo might just try to like, I don't know, like splash water on their face.
Okay. You
Yeah, I
splash
mean,
water in-
Jason's not being forceful, so it's like, yeah, do your thing, but we're getting the hell out of this room because he's starting to make the connection. These rooms are doing something to us.
Sorry. If he can go now. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
mad.
let's get some fresh air, kid. Come on.
You hear doors all the way down the deck, like opening and closing frantically, like.
Well, that's just great.
I peek outside of the room. I peek to see what's happening.
Yeah.
You see doors opening and closing, and you see lights on the deck flickering.
Okay. Somebody's. I turn back into the room and I address everybody and I say, somebody's playing this trick on us. It's either this Timothy guy who's, by the way, completely gone, or it's the archaeologists and whatever they brought on board.
Jason just walks straight up to Fred, looks into the eyes, real close to him, and says, "This is not a trick. Let's get to the damn cargo," and just walks out the door.
All right, after you. Come on, Sam.
Yeah, let's get going. It's too much in here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Flo follows.
So where do you go?
Well, I mean, I think Flo at least knows where the cargo is. So, I mean, Flo could, take everyone there, like start walking towards it.
Yeah. You see these doors like opening and closing like mad. And it doesn't seem like there's anyone inside any of the rooms.
This is very, very strange. Very, very strange indeed. Like this. I mean, I don't want to be one to believe in ghosts, but who is opening and closing these doors?
How does everyone else react?
I think Jason's just getting a little tired of this sort of shit, basically. He's just kind of like, of course the doors are slamming. You might even start laughing. You just hear him like, of course!
As you
Why
say
not?
that, all the doors look normal to you. All the doors stop slamming, the lights stop flickering.
Just to me?
Yeah.
Oh. He just gets quiet.
Roll a hard sanity.
Yes. I'm about to be useless, everybody.
Critical success. Apparently not. So that's a 1.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I told you, he's annoyed.
Mostly just annoyed. Yeah.
It's just like, I want tonight to end really badly.
Oh yeah. Then eventually, a few moments later, all the doors seem normal to the rest of you too.
Okay.
And the lights are back on. You see someone coming towards you from the deck, on the deck. Another, not a deckhand, but like an officer.
Is this someone that I recognize?
No. But they're wearing a uniform.
Hey there.
Hello. I would like to ask all of you to go back to your cabins. The situation is under control.
What situation?
The ship is experiencing some difficulties, and I'd like to ask all of you to go back in your cabins.
Right, our cabins are that way.
Are they now?
Yeah, let's go. And I start walking, like intending to walk past him. And
He puts a hand on your shoulder. I don't think so.
I throw his hand from my shoulder and keep walking.
Nice. Fred.
Taking charge.
He throws a punch at you.
Yeah.
Sure, let's go.
He hits.
What do I do? Oh, he hits. All right.
Yeah, he hits. Let's see. You take 2 points of damage.
Well, what do I?
Hit points.
Hit points.
Upper left. He just gives you a right hook.
Okay.
Yeah. And now I think we go by dexterity. So whoever has the highest dexterity acts first. I think Fred has the highest dexterity at 80.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you get to act first.
Well, I pay him back in kind.
You okay? You hit?
Swing at a cop.
Shit.
Swing at
Oh,
a
you unfortunately you miss. Just as you recoil from the blow, you miss, and you try to hit, but he kind of like dodges out of the way.
So I go grab him, but that's my action. That's what I did.
Yeah, that's your action. So then I think it's Flo.
At
Yeah,
60?
Flo. Yeah.
I still have the gun in my hand, and I fire it.
Okay.
Not even
Excellent.
just like.
Not at him. I fire it up. Because we're
Okay.
outside, I fire it up.
Okay, you don't need to roll then. You just fire the gun.
And at the same time, I say, stop!
Stop! Halt!
Well, I mean, I know Fred doesn't speak German, so.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then it is Jason.
Well, I mean, I think somebody firing a gun in the air kind of stopped me from really taking any action there. I don't know what other than like. I
Did
guess
you take a picture?
Well, if we had like Kodak, maybe I would have done so, but it would have taken a while. Stand still for this photo, and I just kind of like put a hand on the officer's shoulder, like, "Yay, let's just calm down now. Fred's he's a little inebriated."
Mm-hmm. What does Sam do?
Boys, everybody needs to calm down. There's certainly no room for guns. There's enough weird stuff going on.
Sam, you can roll a fast talk.
Fast talk.
Unfortunately, because you're like tipsy, like slightly drunk, you like slur your words, and you're just like, calm down. And it's like not very convincing. And this man, now he's kind of like taking on this. As he starts hitting you, he's starting like. You notice that his skin starts to look like dark, and his like the place where his nails should be, there are claws, and he says, "I said go back to your deck, your cabin," and I'd like all of you to roll a sanity as you see this. Just a normal sanity.
Good old normal.
Everyone is
Sorry, I rolled twice,
like,
but
unperturbed by the fact that this guy just like is going. The fact that you're so unperturbed by his horrific looks seems to freak him out. To the point where he's just like he's expecting to be really scary, but because you're just all like, "Sup, dude?" He just like he totally fumbles his hit. He like tries to hit, but he like completely fumbles, and like Fred easily dodges out of the way. Yeah.
I mean, I've shot the gun. He's just not going to react to the fact that I've like fired a weapon.
No, absolutely not.
That freaks Flo out more than anything else.
Oh yeah. Fred, it's your turn.
All right, I go shoot the fucker, and I punch him once more.
Excellent.
Amazing.
Unfortunately, you miss as he dodges out of the way. Flo.
Well, I mean, clearly, I need to shoot the fucker.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna aim.
Mm-hmm. You shoot him.
I shoot him.
Oh,
I
yeah.
aimed for his shoulder.
Oh yeah. Is it the Derringer?
Yeah, so it's like my second shot, 2-shot Derringer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I have the
so-
other pistol if I need it, so I'll switch it out.
Yeah. So you just roll a d6,
Alrighty
a
then.
6-sided die. So you do 2 points of damage as you just like shoot him in the chest. He doesn't seem super bothered by it, but he definitely it has an effect. Jason, what do you do?
So he's still standing from the shot.
Yeah.
Then he's gonna try and tackle him at the knee, since I was pretty close to him.
Is he bleeding?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Delicious.
Pus.
So much pus.
Like white. That's good.
Oof.
Okay.
Alrighty.
What do I need to roll for that?
Brawl, yeah.
All right, let me find the brawl.
It's great that we have a lot of characters who are very good at combat.
Remind
I mean,
me
in
where
30.
brawl is.
Bottom left.
Yeah,
Bottom
very
Fighting
good
skills.
is.
There it is.
Nope. You
Oh,
over-
sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Pressing the wrong thing. Nor mine.
You try to tackle him, but he kind of just like he's too strong and you can't tackle him to the ground. So you just
Crumple in the back of his knee.
yeah, exactly. Sam, what do you do?
I now think that we gotta. I now try and fight this guy. I try and grapple him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you also roll brawl.
We're really sane and
another
really
89.
inept.
Another 89. He just like try to grapple him, but he's just evading, dodging out of the way, and takes another hit at Fred. Misses though because you're both like restraining him. So it's your turn again, Fred.
Yeah, let's keep going. Something's gonna happen eventually.
Mm-hmm. You hit him.
All right. Got
So
him.
what happened? Yeah, you got him. You got him. Let's see. You have a damage of 1d3. So you just roll a d6.
A D6.
Yeah, and then we just have it.
Oh, we can roll a 1d3. Actually.
Oh, right.
No,
No,
can't.
the dice roller doesn't allow that. Oh, we
Yep.
can. Oh, we did. Okay, cool.
Oh, the advanced dice roller. That makes sense.
The advanced dice roller. Yeah. I rarely use that one. You do 1 point of damage. Excellent.
Alright.
You managed to hit him. Doesn't seem to take very much. Flo, it's your turn again.
All of the grappling was failing. Flo switched from the Derringer to the pistol that is strapped to the inside of their back. Their 41 revolver, and I believe I just go pistol.
Mhm.
Ooh, that's a big failure.
Big ol' miss.
Uh-oh.
Natural 100.
Someone's getting shot.
Not me.
Oh, just a 1. Fred, you're grazed by a bullet. Just across your arm.
Sorry.
1 point of damage.
Stop it!
You told me to shoot the fucker. Sorry.
And then it is Jason. You just
Alright.
hold on to him.
So I'm just like holding his legs and I'm like, oh, screw this, and I stand up and I just try to like club him in the back of the head with my fists.
Excellent. Brawl again.
This is not gonna
Not
go
good
well.
at this.
Oh, my brawl's like 25.
We're so inept. Oh,
Extreme
extreme
success.
success. That's
Extreme success.
Yes.
Don't piss Jason off.
You've just had it with this guy. So you just You just club him over the head, do 5 points of damage, and just like he just collapses to the floor. His head breaks open, collapses into a pool of white pus.
Fucking great.
Like, is there pus on us? Like, for anyone who was close enough to him?
Oh
is
yeah,
there...
splatters, but you're
All
not
on my
close
hands.
enough.
Why? Why did you ask?
Well, because I'm not anywhere near.
Yes,
Sorry, guys.
well,
I'm like
that's-
I'm
that's
on
why.
range. I'm a ranged attacker.
Oh yes, absolutely. To be fair, most in this group are.
Yeah. We're
Ugh.
smooth talkers.
What was that boy made of? My God, what came out of him?
I don't want to know. There was
He
a
was
nice
wearing a
shirt.
uniform, but I didn't know him.
Yeah,
Something's
well.
wrong.
From now on, we run. Flo, lead the way.
Get to the cargo now.
Genau.
You just make a run for it for the.
We just we're like they're all gonna follow me and we're running.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So you're all just like running down. It's like strangely empty, very few people. You also notice that the ship has stopped. It's not sailing anymore. You run down, it's a long way to go down to the cargo hold. So you need to run down to the lower decks, and then you also need a key that you don't have, Flo.
Well, I do have my lockpicks because I am a horologist.
That is correct. You make your way all the way down. You run down to the bottom. You see like a large metal. There's like a large door. Like a large metal door with like a huge lock on it. And Flo tries to do the locksmithy thing.
It's just
So
just.
close. It's difficult for you, but you can, if you want, you can spend some more time to try, but it will take some time.
I need a little bit more time. Sorry, I
If
don't
you
know
want
this
to try
lock.
again, it's a hard roll.
Alrighty.
Extreme success. After tinkering with the lock for a little bit, you understand the lock. You
feel the
understand
lock.
how you feel the lock. You're one with the lock. You understand how it works. It's like when you're taking apart a clock, like a watch, and you.
All anyone hears is like Flo's like talk. Yes, it's just you want to move. Yes, just oh, you're being very naughty. And that's all you're hearing is just like Flo's just talking to the lock.
In the meantime, you all hear kind of like another scream in the distance, and you also hear on the other side of the door. You hear like.
Okay.
And the door opens. You see, as you open the door, you see Timothy being pulled off through another door into the darkness by something unseen. It's like, help me! Help me!
Shit, it's
You
him.
are-
I jump forward and into the darkness to grab him.
Okay. You just see, just like, it's like,
Yep.
just like Indiana
That's right.
Jones style, just like charging ahead into the darkness.
Flo looks for a light switch.
Yeah, you're in like a room, like a large room that's part of like the cargo hold. It's like one of the first rooms, and then like there's another room further down that's also like further down into the cargo hold. There's very little light. It's kind of light over by like in the corner that's just kind of like hanging. The other lights seem to be off, and you can't seem to the switch doesn't seem to work. Fred, in the meantime, just charging ahead into the darkness. I'd like you, Fred, to roll a quick dodge roll.
Dodge.
You indeed the dodger. Nope.
Failure. As you charge into the dark room, you feel something grab onto you.
I punch it.
Try to roll brawl.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're being pulled away now as well by whatever was just pulling Timothy, probably. Do you say something?
All right, now you can shoot.
You hear Fred yelling that, like, in from the darkness.
I can't shoot. Like, Flo is not going to shoot at the darkness. They've already hit Fred once. So I think they're going to go, Fred? And maybe try to reach out to grab him if he's within reach.
Okay, I mean, you just see darkness past the other door. You're in this room with a bunch of, like, different crates and this, like, flickering light and then just, like, but it's just totally pitch black on the other side.
But you said that one of the lights was movable. Could we go get the lamp?
You can try roll a luck roll for me.
Alrighty. I'm not feeling lucky. Not even a little bit.
You don't find a lantern.
So then it just, Fred? Fred, where are you?
Fred is still being pulled.
Well, Jason just kind of rolls his eyes and walks heads that way. So I'm like, Fred, and just tries to go exactly where Fred was to see if he can get a hold of him.
I'm still being pulled.
We didn't know you were being pulled. You didn't say anything. You just said to shoot somebody. You're being pulled?
Yes. And
You feel something very strong pulling you further and further away. Not very fast, but it's definitely pulling you away.
there's something here. Come here, help me.
Sam tries to go into the dark and grab Fred.
Mm-hmm. You go into the darkness?
Yeah.
Okay. As you go into the darkness, instead of a room, you see yourself, or you see the trenches. You feel like you're back in the trenches in France. You hear shouting, you hear yelling, you see young men with arms blown off. You see one of your friends like walking towards you, clutching, same friend again, walking towards you, clutching their chest, clutching at a bullet wound, and they're just like reaching up on you and like coughing up blood.
Something mighty wrong here. There's something that this voodoo is happening. Probably not helping all those drinks I had, but my God, some strength here.
I'd like you to roll a sanity roll, Sam. Okay. And then I'd like you to roll an intelligence roll. Which is extreme success. Okay, so how it exists is that if you fail really bad, then you have to roll an intelligence roll to realize whether what you saw was actually awful, or was actually like paranormal or strange. So actually, if you have high intelligence, you're more likely to understand just how horrific what you're experiencing is. So you lose only 1 point of sanity, because you're lucky. And the lights come on. You all see the lights coming on in this other part of the next part of the cargo hold. You see Fred falling to the floor after whatever was holding him lets go. and you see clutching at Sam, you see this man, Timothy West, with a big hole in his chest, similar to, like, just larger than the figure you saw from your memory in the trenches. And he's, like, coughing up blood.
John, it's okay, Johnny. It's gonna be okay, Johnny. You're gonna make it through.
And he just falls to the ground. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Ooh.
Tonight's episode. This has been episode 2 of The Last Voyage. There are 2 more episodes to come the next couple of weeks. Will our heroes figure out the horror that is terrorizing the RMS Pelican?
Will we ever learn to brawl appropriately?
Will they ever learn that combat skills are important?
We're really intelligent, though.
Yeah.
I thought I figured that out, but apparently 44 is not enough.
Yeah.
No.
But I can sweet talk a lot like nobody's business.
Yeah.
My name is Troels, and with me, as you can see on the screen, I have the wonderful people Chandler, Jada, Idamar, and Kathy. We are a fairly new role-playing channel here on Twitch called Figment RP, as you typed in when you put in the URL, or can see if you're watching this on YouTube, because we upload the videos later. This is the second show on Figment RP, and this is a limited show, so it's only on for 4 episodes. This was episode number 2. The other original main show, called Questus of Yalpalor on Figment RP, is on every Monday, same time as this one, at 7:30 Central European Standard Time, which was also featuring Jada here as Trisithorus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well done. No one else can do it, including everyone on the show.
And Idamar as the game master, similar to what I did here. Thanks so much for watching, whether on Twitch or on YouTube, and please tune in next time to follow the harrowing adventures of The Last Voyage. Thank you for watching. Peace!
Thank you.